Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Metro Detroit bracing for some severe weather within the next few hours. High winds and some isolated thunderstorms possible across our area. The system moving over Lansing right now, moving from west to east, covering about 50 miles an hour, according to the National Weather Service data that we're seeing. Never a dull moment, of course, when it comes to weather here.
You got that right. Let's get over to Kim Adams, who's tracking all of this for us today. Kim, what are the biggest threats here?
Well, right now this line is not super impressive. It does have some heavy rain and also some high winds, but it is not at severe limits right now. So we have not had a lot of sunshine here in Metro Detroit. We talked about this yesterday. If we were seeing more sunshine, we would get more instability, but that did not happen. So these are just kind of your garden variety thunderstorms. I do have lightning detector on, and we're picking up just a couple of strikes, but otherwise just some gusty winds and also a quick downpour. And then that's it. I mean, look how narrow it is. It's a very narrow line of storms. It does go down into the northern part of Indiana at this hour, and there was a severe thunderstorm warning for one little cell in northern Indiana, but that has now expired as that storm has weakened. So we'll get these storms through here between about 6 and 9 o'clock tonight. Again, very fast moving, so if you're on the west side, you'll get it first, and then eventually spreading over to the east side. Wrapping back behind it, though, is some cooler air. For us, we'll be in the 40s tomorrow, drying out, but we'll still have some winds that we have to deal with. We'll talk about that and more on these storms coming up.
Yeah. All right, Kim. The other big story of the day, of course, that major bridge collapse in Baltimore this morning. The Francis Scott Key Bridge destroyed after it was hit by a container ship.
Here's a look at what the bridge looked like before this morning, and you can see it was a pretty busy area there crossing over the river. But here's a live look at what the bridge looks like now. Just a mass of twisted metal in the water there. We go now to Jay Gray. He's near the bridge as emergency responders search for people still missing. Hello, Jay.
Hey there. Good evening, Devin. Good evening, Kimberly. We're just off the entry point to the bridge here, though most of that structure is in the water at this point. The NTSB leading a multi-agency investigation into the crash, but stressing right now they're taking a back seat to the ongoing search for survivors here. An intense rescue and recovery effort continues in the bitter cold waters of the Patapsco River right now. Teams searching for survivors after the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge overnight.
The bridge is gone. Holy.
Here's what we know at this point. The crew on board this massive container ship apparently lost control of the vessel minutes after leaving the port of Baltimore, issuing a mayday call, warning they'd lost power and propulsion. Security video shows lights blinking and smoke climbing from the ship just before crashing into a center support column on the bridge, the iconic structure crumbling.
As units were responding, they began to receive numerous calls indicating multiple people in the water.
A crew doing routine maintenance, filling potholes, and several vehicles were on the bridge as it collapsed. Two of the workers quickly pulled to safety, but authorities acknowledge several people are still missing.
Our prayers are with everyone involved in this terrible accident and all the families, especially those waiting for the news of their loved one right now. I know every minute in that circumstance feels like a lifetime.
President Biden promising the full support and resources of the federal government in the wake of the tragedy. The president says he will travel to Baltimore as soon as he can. Now, we want to try and give you some perspective on the size of this ship and how it could bring down a nearly 2-mile steel bridge. It's 984 feet long. That's roughly equal to the Empire State Building on its side, and it weighs 95,000 gross tons. It was only traveling at 9 miles an hour. Still, that impact too much for the bridge to withstand. In Baltimore, Jay Gray, Local 4.
Just incredible. Okay, Jay, thank you. Coming up later tonight on Local 4 News at 6, we ask the question, could something like this happen in Metro Detroit? We'll highlight some of the safety measures in place at our local bridges. All right, much like they say on NFL draft night, Detroit is on the clock. All right, we are just 30 days away from the big Thursday night show millions will tune into.
And hundreds of thousands of people expected to descend on downtown Detroit for all the fun and excitement. The city readying to try to capitalize on what will be international media attention. Our business editor, Rob Maloney, live downtown with more on. We just keep learning more and more about what those 3 days are going to be like, Rod.
It's going to be a great time, Devin, no doubt about it. We're at Ground Zero. This is the cover of the street light that they took out this morning. Got a whole bunch of those out. Come down here. The security's getting ready to close the gate here, so we're going to get one last quick look at what is going to be Ground Zero. This giant space right here is where the players will be up, where the commissioner's going to get booed, where the players will be announced to their team. We're going to hear from all of the great legends. And, of course, Mayor Mike Duggan said there's a lot that's going to go into this over the next few weeks to make sure Detroit is ready to cash in.
It's going to take 3 or 4 weeks to build out this stage, and it's going to take a couple of weeks to take it down afterwards.
They started taking down street lights. They've taken construction material delivery, and the heavy equipment is here. Drone 4 shows us the Campus Martius footprint about to close. Randolph between Macomb and Fort, Monroe between North Woodward and Randolph, Farmer between Randolph and Bates. Now, let's consider how far the city's come since the 2006 Super Bowl, and even last summer's Grand Prix, where a small audience saw spectacular beauty shots of the city. Visit Detroit CEO Claude Molinari says the NFL draft will showcase Motown in a much bigger way.
Drone shots of all these new skyscrapers, plus all the cranes building around the city, that's going to change that perception. And again, when you see that beautiful Detroit River, pure Michigan water, people are going to think, is this the Caribbean? No, this is Detroit, this is Michigan, and this is our city.
Mayor Mike Duggan's brother Dan is a major draftnik, attending them for years. He's helping the mayor with what other cities did right and wrong, and advised, along with others, the city to hold the draft downtown and not on Belle Isle.
Let's make sure when 250,000 or 500,000 or whatever number of people come here that they think about, hey, I'd like to go back, maybe I'd like to work there and live there, and oh, by the way, if nothing else, Detroit's not that black eye that I heard about from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It really is a world-class city.
Now, one of the things they're stressing is this event is free for everybody, okay? One of the things they want you to do is to get the NFL One Pass. In fact, I have it right here on my phone, although I'll be honest, I haven't been able to get it to work, but I think it's probably more user error than the app itself. But that's where you get the QR code to get into the free events, and they say get there early when the time comes, but they say everybody can come downtown and enjoy a great time. Devin, Kimberly, back to you.
Rod, you talked about the phase 1 of construction. What about phase 2? What do we know about that?
Well, okay, so they're starting here, all right, in Campus Martius, but it's going to go all the way down to Hart Plaza. And so parts of Jefferson and even parts of Woodward are going to get closed in all of this. But free transportation, they're saying, People Mover, Q Line are going to be free as all part of this, going all the way down to Hart Plaza.
Just 30 days away. It's going to be spectacular. Okay, Rod, thank you.
Back to the app, Rod, because I want a full debrief on what's going on with that. As you prepare for the draft, we've got everything you need to know on clickondetroit.com. We've got this article up right now. It details the transportation information, the entry requirements, everything that you're going to see in Campus Martius, Hart Plaza, along the riverfront. Just search NFL Draft in the search bar. All right, we're going to stay with sports because Michigan welcomed its new men's basketball coach today, Dusty May, joining the Wolverines from Florida Atlantic University.
We bring in Jamie Edmonds. He had a lot of success there, hoping to have even more success in Ann Arbor.
Absolutely, and there's a reason why he was one of the hottest coaching candidates this cycle, and the reason Ward Manuel moved so fast. In his 6 seasons at Florida Atlantic, May's teams went 126 and 69, including a 60-13 mark in those final 2 seasons. May's Owls never finished a season below 500, an impressive feat considering FAU had just 5 winning seasons in the 25 years before. Now he's in Ann Arbor. He signed a 5-year contract, and he was asked what fans should expect.
Our goal is to be enjoyable to watch. We want to win championships, but we also want to put fans in the seats and be easy on the eyes. When you watch us play, you should see teamwork. You should see efficiency on both sides of the basketball. But our identity will be teamwork, passion, and togetherness.
Okay.
Now, his teams are known to shoot a lot of threes. He was asked if that will happen at Michigan. He's like, I don't really know. I don't know the roster yet, but I do know they're worth more. So he will be forcing them to shoot some threes, it seems. And I'll much more with Dusty May coming
Fair
up.
enough. Yeah, he was going to be the hottest hire perhaps in the country right now. And Michigan got him. Yeah, so great stuff. All right, Jamie. For the 6th time in Mega Millions lottery history, the jackpot prize is worth more than $1 billion. Ahead of tonight's drawing, the $1.1 billion jackpot brings with it a cash option of more than $525 million. Mara McDonald following this. And when, Mara, we see this when the jackpot gets high, more and more people play.
Well, Devin, yes, and we are at the Shell on Greenfield in Dearborn, which is a popular spot because they've sold winners in the past. But speaking of our big old cash prize, let's talk about the nitty-gritty that goes along with it.
You have a better chance of getting eaten by a shark than winning this $1 billion plus Mega Millions jackpot. The shark eating, well, that's an easy 1 in 3.75 million odds. The Mega, well, that's 1 in more than 302 million. What's the first thing you're going to do?
Honestly, probably go into hiding.
I mean, to save?
Yeah, just make some plans. I got to kind of get away and make some plans and arrangements and get things sorted out.
Mega Millions estimates the cash option is up to $537 million. Now, of that, the state and the feds, well, they're going to get their cut. The feds take 24%. Michigan taxes are 4.25%, which means you're having about $151 million shaved right off the top. Now, the good news is you've got about $386 million left to spend as you see fit.
Back here live, so while the odds are most definitely not in our favor, I'll leave you with something my mother has always said, which is, Chickie, somebody's got to win this thing. It might as well be you. We're live in Dearborn tonight. And Kimberly, Devin, if Photog, Eric, and I suddenly, vanish, you guys will have a good idea why. Back to you.
I need to talk to Mara's mom because they
know
have drawings all the time and there's no winner. That's how it gets to be $1 billion. Yeah, exactly.
Mara, we appreciate it. We have plenty